Hello, hello. We are currently live. The bid wars for the naming incentives are now closed, but the guest characters will stay open until later. We are now about to get into it, so I will throw over to Sushi. Sushi, let's get it on. Let's do that last run of the event.
Yeah, let's get started. The run starts with a nice long unskippable cutscene. So the bid words are locked. I got all the names in. All it's gonna be Lucas, Cora in 3D, and Banan. Our dog's name is Bradley. Our favorite food is borscht, unless it's bruschetta, but I think it's borscht. And the coolest thing is trans rights. We're gonna go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, go! So this is a category that I've been running for a little while now. The first category I picked up for Earthbound was Pajama Percent, which uses multiple save files and multiple uses and versions of something called the stairs glitch to clear the game while Ness is still wearing those cool blue pajamas at the start of the run. So a lot of the routing is kind of based on that. The biggest difference between this and Pajama Percent, besides the graphics, the sprite choice, is I'm going to have access to actually all of the save locations, I should say, in the game, which means I'll be able to do those stairs glitches in new and different places that Pajama Percent just couldn't because of the rule set. And we'll talk about that a little bit more as we get there. But the first thing we're going to do in this run, just like in a Pajama Percent run or any kind of, I think any kind of glitchy heavy run for Earthbound that uses multiple save files, we're just going to crash, boom, crash, and I'm going to hit this reset button. We're actually going to do our first stairs glitch right here at the start. I'm going to load in this third save file, which is all neatly set up with me at low hit points, as the game's about to very hopefully remind me. I'm stuck on a bus stop sign. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and try and get a clean start there. First one of the day. Let's try it again. Load in the beat save file, walk outside, and don't get stuck on the bus stop sign. Once I clear that, this is easy going. There we go. I do want to mention we are going to have damage over time effects on for a majority of this game, and so it is going to be blinking quite a bit for at least 50% of the run, kind of like it is right now. But what I'm trying to do is get my last hit points to tick off as I get onto the staircase. Nope, I don't want to continue. Yes, send me back to the main menu. It was all just a terrible dream. Let's try that again. And when I load in this first save file, there we go. It has teleported Pajama Nest from the start of the game into prologue all the way to that staircase. We can walk through the door, which is only locked from the inside, evidently. But once we get inside and close the door, we're now locked inside from a door that's locked from the outside, or something like that. All of that being a long roundabout way of saying we've skipped, what, the first 2.5 towns of the game, thereabouts, and walked right into playing Earthbound in 3D. We're going to be clearing Winters more or less as intended for now. But we are going to see that stairs glitch, that teleport. We're going to see that plenty. We're going to see that particular staircase a lot as well. So I'll go over it every time we see it. But the cliff notes for that is if you get a game over just as you're standing onto a staircase, and there are other conditions to meet, but short version being, if you get a game over as you're stepping onto a staircase, the next time you get control of your character, it's going to try to put you on that staircase. Staircases are really complicated in this game from the programming side, and what I think is going on is because of the way that the staircases work, they're actually pretty narrow as far as the amount of room you have to walk. when the game sees you're about to take a step onto a staircase, it wants to like center you onto the staircase, kind of lock you on the rails, and make it so you can only move along the staircase. But it doesn't do that by just moving you a couple of pixels. It's going to actually just move your entire character over to the specific position of that staircase. What am I doing? There we go. Use the key. Over here talking to a locker. So if you get a game over when you do that, the game still thinks it needs to move you to that staircase. So it's just going to pick you up from almost anywhere you are in the world and plop you on that staircase. As I said, there's a little bit more to it than that as far as rules, as far as positioning goes. But we use that staircase in particular because it makes a good shortcut to... It makes a good shortcut to some other places we want to get to later on in the run. There we go. We're out. Save the game. We're going to do another stairs glitch here, but it's not going to be the same type of stairs glitch. We're not going to do it in the same place. I'm going to take advantage of the second save file now. This one's set up in Summers. And instead of having 9 hit points, we only have 2. In fact, I think we only have 1. And now we have none. But the big difference there is I didn't get the game over when I stepped on the staircase. I got the game over when I was like in the middle of the staircase. I was clearly on the staircase. I had already been moved onto the staircase. And I was just walking up and down the steps. Now when I get control of my character, it still thinks I'm on steps, which means it needs to let me walk through walls. Which is great. Because in reality, everything that's out here in the void that you see is actually other map data. Everything in Earthbound exists on one big map file. So if you're able to actually walk out into the void, you may not be able to see it or interact with it, but you can go from point A to point B as the crow flies, if that makes sense. Even if you can't quite see where you are. We're coming to grab the town map to take care of the vision problem of us walking out into the void. But I have to get back to Winters with my town map. I can't go to Onett because we haven't cleared the prologue, so the police are still there investigating. I can't get back up to... Lucas's house. I can't call to save the game because I don't have Dad's phone number. Ouch. There we go. It's going to send us back to Winters with our town map in hand. And out of bounds we go again. The map is due in 2001, so we're a little late. Despite the fact we just picked it up 20 years after it was due. Now, there was one version of the route I used for this category, excuse me, where I would just at this point go pick up Pokey and finish the game with Pokey. And at that time, I called the, lovingly called the category Pokey Percent. But I found that it's not too hard to bring, for the meteor crash, it's not too hard to bring guest characters along if I route it out correctly. So once I started offering that as an incentive, it's really more of a nestless run. I don't have to bring Pokey along, except for the fact that I need to advance the prologue enough to be able to save my game. And you'll notice, if you really have your Earthbound memorized, you'll notice that there are enemies spawning now when there shouldn't be. there's a flag, an on-off switch, if you will, that controls whether or not enemies spawn. And breaking out of, I shouldn't say breaking out, and leaving leaving the academy turns the switch back on, so you can start, playing a game as in 3D and leveling up. Do I not have my popcorn on? I don't have the popcorn on. That's my issue. I didn't get my turn. There we go. I didn't get my turn when I game over. So right now that switch is on. Normally there wouldn't be anything here until you go to try to find Picky. There we go. That's what I was expecting. Yeah. I don't want to get in these fights, but I'm also not going to despawn them. And as this and pajamas are the only categories I know, I don't have stutter stepping in my arsenal, where you can just walk in very short spurts to try to move without the enemies moving. And since I'm just gonna get the insolence, I'm just gonna take on the snakes and try to avoid everything else. Don't actually want that cookie I picked up, though. I'm gonna have to sell that or get rid of it one way or another. Soup! Gotta grab Tracy's crack T-ball bat. And it's a good thing the game doesn't actually make you equip it. It does check to see if you've picked it up. And if you haven't picked it up, it's not going to let you leave without some sort of equipment. But you don't have to actually equip it. Otherwise, I'd have to change up the starter route a little bit. Yeah.
Mind if I pop in for a very quick announcement?
Go for it.
We have just hit $17,000.
Nice.
Which also puts us only $37 away from our all-time Winter Pride world record. I guess world record of Winter Prides. Would now be an okay time to read some of these donations?
Or go for it.
All right. $10 from Jeff, just the regular one. We'll get to the three-dimensional Jeff later. I gotta bring my best friend with me. $20 from Kella, no comment, but thank you. $5 from Nonsensical Dreamer. 2 more words, Bubble Monkey. I'm assuming that went to our one open bid war, for which guest character will come to the final boss. Personally, I am a fan of Buzz. I would love to see Buzz come, so if you want to show top 2 go, so it can be Bubble Monkey and Buzz. I'm okay with this. But $100 from Sporadic Erratic. Happy Pride, y'all. Can you hug a Starman for me? Can you hug a Starman for Sporadic Erratic?
I will try.
Okay. Sushi will try. Sushi will try to hug a Starman. And now, Jeff in 3D, the 3D one, sends in $50. My help was called out for I'm here. I'm here to do my part. Let's push to 20K. That would be amazing. And another $15 from our favorite 3D Jeffrey. I hope. I don't actually know what Jeff is short for, if anything. Our favorite 3D Jeff, I'll say. Yeah, let's just round that out while I'm here, lol. And that brought us up to $17,000.
Nice. So the most important thing that's happened in that little segment is I got the phone call from, in this case, Lucas's dad. There we go. Which means wherever Lucas is in the world, he's changed out of his pajamas. So even though Lucas isn't in the party, this is not a valid pajama percent run. But I can use any phone anywhere in the world to save my game, including, now that I said it, we're gonna get a couple extra text boxes here and save. Watch, I'm gonna come out here, I'm gonna walk to this present, and there's not gonna be any spawns anywhere. I'm not gonna have any kind of bad RNG to deal with. It's gonna be fine. You see? If I didn't save, it'd be a UFO or something camping that box, and then I'd be eating a reset. And I'm hiding out in, I took the ladder there just to set I'm gonna call it a respawn point for a little bit later in the run. Whoa, hey. Ooh. Okay. If the exit mouse doesn't have somewhere to exit you out to, the game will crash. And the exit mouse location only updates when you enter, we'll say like a cave. So if you sneak in out of bounds through a back door, that's not the entrance, and that can cause some trouble. What I'm really waiting for is to be out in this desert long enough to get Sunstroke. I got really, really good RNG in that I haven't gotten my status effect yet. The enemy spawns. It's not something funny with the flags. I just got really, I'll say really healthy RNG. It is not very fast RNG, because I needed to health off some of these hit points. But the trick that I'm doing with stairs, on my other two save files, where I'm using a glitch by taking damage as I'm stepping onto or stepping off of stairs. I need to do that on my main save file too. I have a couple extra tricks I need to throw out those staircases, but I can't do it until I get a status effect. This is a long walk. Hey, oh, you know what? Went a little too far north, huh? I'm not even gonna fuss about the little bit of extra EXP and hit points in my pocket, because it's going to give me a little bit of a buffer for the first boss fight too. I do need Sunstroke to be inflicted here though. Today, this run of all runs, there we go. I'm going to get a little bit of shopping done. That cookie's gotta go. Yep. I'm gonna pick up some calorie sticks. Simply because they're the cheapest healing item here that's going to be a full heal at this level. It's gonna be much more than a full heal. I think that puts me at full. I got room for one more. I better grab one more. Now I'm just gonna wait for it to tell me I'm low on hit points. Now I got a couple extra levels I need to get. Usually the trigger hit point number is 7. I'm betting it's, well, it's definitely gonna be a little bit higher now. So I will wait for the message rather than guessing. While I'm waiting for the hit points, though, you see that ATM machine there, and if you're not familiar with Earthbound, rather than getting your gold or your cash, it's dollars in this game. Rather than getting your dollars from fighting enemies and having it drop directly to your inventory, when you defeat enemies, let me finish my save. Yes. Yep. All done. When you defeat enemies, Lucas's dad deposits money into your bank account, your checking account, and you access that money by going to the ATM, putting in your ATM card, and withdrawing your money. No big deal, except it's Lucas's ATM card, and it's in Lucas's inventory, and Lucas isn't here. So unfortunately, we don't have access to the ATM machine or most of the cash that gets deposited into it. So this is a very, very low budget speed run. You don't really have a ton of extra cash going through. And it's very likely that we'll get to the Gaius fight and actually run out of ammunition and start throwing PK freezes and using our psychic abilities, because we're just not going to have any more ammo. See, there we go. See, that's why I need it below, the central, on my main save file. I need it to take damage. That put me at critical hit points just as I was standing on the staircase there, because this is the third version of the stairs glitch we've seen now. If the text box interrupts your animation as you're standing onto the staircase, you kind of get halfway on the staircase and halfway not. It's letting me walk through walls like you have to do in order to be able to use steps, but it didn't lock me onto the railway like it normally does. We'll see here on the escalator, for example. Because normally, it won't let you move off of like the 45-degree angle. I want this teddy bear, thank you. So that lets us go, that lets us get our main story file out of bounds, not really on its own, but out of bounds out of that, it's not a basement, but that dark room with the stairs, whatever you'd like to call it. So let's just get out of bounds from that pathway. Now, in this case, it was just convenient to do so because that's closer to the Tucson department store, and I wanted to buy a teddy bear for this first boss fight. Now I'm just waiting for critical hit points again. But we're going to use it later on in the run because I need specifically that room to be loaded in when I go out of bounds. Yep. Save. Thank you. I'll actually get to talk about it on this trip. Let's get out of 3 first. For these stairs glitch save files I have set up, I'm not using Pooh for any specific reason. He's just the one who got the status effect placed on him when I was setting them up. Ness, for what it's worth, because he has a baseball cap, has a slightly lower chance of getting sunstroke in the desert than the other characters. What I don't know is if Pooh, because he's got less hair than everybody else, has a higher chance or not. Here we go. we should load into that room again. Yep. Turn around. Nice. Out of bounds. Heal. 48. I'm just trying to keep track of my hit points in my head. So like I said, we're going through the void now, and that's because the only thing that's loaded into memory are the graphics we needed to see in that room, which are just like the purple pathway, the ladders. The game will only load in the tile set that it needs. For obvious reasons, but that's also why it looks like there's void out there when there's actually a game map there, as we know. Like, you listen to the music, this is deep darkness. The deep darkness is right here. I just can't see it, so I can't interact with it. Now, we use the town map to flash things on the screen. When you open and close the town map, it's going to reload the graphics so you can move around the map. But where I want to go to now isn't on the town map, and that is Dungeon Man. This particular part of Dungeon Man, I should say, I guess the other way around, Dungeon Man shares a tile set with that particular room underneath the Threed. So if you go out of bounds in Threed, and you don't open the town map, you don't do anything to make the game reload graphics, technically speaking, well off the screen, Dungeon Man is also loaded in. We're going to use that to... Top Noir. Yellow Submarine. Now, if your last stairs glitch, and this might only be particular to the Pajama Percent setup, but it's only had that happen to me once to make me never forget it. If you do your last stairs glitch, I think it's like a pixel perfect way, the submarine will be teleported to the stairs during this cutscene, which will break the game. You'll just be sitting there watching the submarine bob its little periscope rather, and either at that point, either the game has crashed or you're looking at like a 5 or 10 minute wait to actually continue the game. But the screen changed, so I know we didn't trigger that particular glitch where it'll just teleport the submarine all the way back to Threed.
Do you mind if I pop in with a quick announcement and a couple donations?
Go for it.
All right. Henry sends in $15 for our boy Tony. I think we can all assume where that went. And the Jaded Mew sends $23. Buzz pushes to the record. And now we are officially a record-breaking Winter Pride.
Yeah.
We have officially beaten our best Winter Pride, which I believe was Winter Pride, I want to say 2018. I want to say it was Winter Pride 2018. It is now, but now our best Winter Pride is Winter Pride 2021. And that donation went to Buzz, which is my personal choice for the winner. So I love this donation for 2 reasons. So thank you so much. Remember, there's still an hour and a half left in this run. There's still a showcase, and if we can make it to 18,000 by that point, we will play the tabletop RPG where chat can control the world, which is definitely going to be a good time. So don't stop those donations now, because personally, I have some really fun ideas for that, and I can promise you it won't disappoint.
I do have one more trip out of bounds I need to make on my main save file, so I can't deal the Sunstroke yet. But we are getting ready to finally close in on the first major boss fight of the run. And we're going to start adding party members in one by one at this point, too. There we go. Now, in Pajama Percent, and I want to say, I know there's an 80% category that uses save files, but I can't remember exactly what the category is called. In those categories, you'd start off the run kind of like I did here. You would go play as Jeff, get Jeff out of Snowwood, mostly just the same way. But then you have Jeff actually go to Dalam and finish the training sequence, and that is what unites the party and brings everybody together. The unfortunate thing with that, for me, is that also adds Ness, or Lucas, I should say, back into the party. My inventory, I'm got too much stuff. There we go. Oh, let me save after this wall of text. I knew I was forgetting something. But with that process adds Lucas back to the party, and I could get rid of Lucas at that point, but it takes a long time, and it just doesn't feel like it was in the spirit of the category. So we have to actually add Paula and Pooh in one at a time in a more roundabout way. There you go. And then I'm not going out of bounds here. I just want to save the game because it's the boss fight. Kind of like with the safety save I took earlier that I ended up not needing because I didn't run into anything. I found if I don't get the teddy bear for this boss fight, I end up hitting that reset button and loading the save. Could be 3, 4, 5 times before I get through. I bet the teddy bear won't even get hit. That's my critical hit points. Let me heal. Could've waited a couple more ticks, I suppose, but let's not push luck any more than we need to. If you're unfamiliar with the game, everything is dark here because this is a deep darkness, and I'm supposed to use an item called the the Hawkeye, to be able to see here. Since we got around this area without using the Hawkeye, the lights are turned off, more or less. Goods. We bought a rocket. Did not work on the teddy bear. The teddy bear didn't take damage. Didn't get quite a good enough damage roll. Uh-oh. And I got nausea. You know what? I'ma just reset that. I want to not get nausea there. That is a damage over time effect, and I can use it to break out of bounds. But that effect in particular, I think it ticks twice as fast. It also ticks a lot more hit points, and it's just going to cause a lot more issues than it's worth. Come on. And I guess also, I didn't talk about what the teddy bears actually do, but all teddy bears in this game have a % chance to block an attack that's going to hit you. That's why I'll go spend the time to go to ground for the boss fight, to give me a little bit extra survivability. Yep, see, good. Teddy bear did its job. Nice, because again, it's a % chance, and I've backed this up with awful damage rolls. Okay, that's good. There we go. And there's our good friend Banan coming in with PK Starstorm, and we've got a nice big wall of text here as we level up. So if anything has come in to read, or if you want to talk about the charity, this is a great time to do it. If not, normally the way that Banan would join the party is, we'll say in a dream sequence, to not give away too many spoilers. You play through the perspective of Banan as he is finishing his training. And when he's done with his training, he gets a nice big chunk of EXP, which will level him up and unlock the teleport abilities. And then you're whisked away in a cutscene to join the rest of your party members. And that's when you finally unite all four of the kids of Galaxy.
Hello, can you hear me?
And hear you.
Okay, my mic kind of cut out while I read that donation, so I'm just gonna repeat
that through.
Yeah, sorry about that. We got $12 from Rizu that just had a heart, and thank you, Rizu, for the donation. Heart back to you.
Where am I going? Where am I going? I don't need multi-bottle rockets yet. We're headed to a long path to go get the Franklin badge here. It hit save, right? Oh boy. Yes. No, I got worried because when you use the phone in Winters, it still thinks you're in Jeff's prologue, so the message is different and it's much, much shorter. And that's why I got a little worried there. It felt a little off, but we're okay.
Yes, thank you, Winterbit in the chat, for the quick reminder. The Yeti shirts are only around for another, I think under 2 hours at this point, so make sure to pick those up while you still can.
If you remember me talking earlier about there's an on-off switch that controls whether or not enemies spawn. You can see there are a bunch of crows that spawn in here that are meant to help you get Paula a little caught up. But we haven't gotten them yet, so we get this little bitty cutscene, and when we get the Franklin badge, the game really wants us to go step out and fight evil Pokey, because we have good aligned Pokey in our party. So this has to be evil aligned Pokey outside. The game, however, does not expect us to have the teleport ability. So what it's actually done here to make sure we get into this fight, I think I'm going to go to Winters, but we'll fix it in a second. Make sure that we fight Pokey and there's no way for us to escape it. It turns off enemy encounters. It also turns off damage over time effects. Nope. But the damage over time effects will turn on as soon as I save and reload. But enemy encounters are going to stay off until I watch another significant cutscene. Like getting on the submarine and going to deep darkness. That will turn the switch back on. But right now it's off, and it's going to be off for a really long time. It's going to be our longest trip out of bounds. And we're about to do a big old loop. And the best way to really visualize the loop is going to be to listen to the music as a key. Because again, there are little exceptions to everything, especially all the little glitches in Earthbound. But for the most part, if I can't see it, I can't interact with it. And the car painter fight is actually one room north. It's right here, and then you walk through a door and you go fight Car Painter, but I can't see it, and it's not on the town map. So we've actually got a very long roundabout walk here. You know, if you listen to music, we're in Summers. Inside of Sand Valley. I think that's part of the Starman base, but don't hold me to it. We're gonna hit Magicant. I'm gonna start mashing this town map button now. Or Magicant. I'm gonna hit this one room in Foreside. I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna close the map. Now we're in this purple room in Foreside. I'm gonna go right back where we started. Because that purple room in Foreside shares a tile set with a building in Happy Village, where you would fight your way over to Car Painter. For a second I thought I had him mix up with Everdead, but no, this is the Car Painter fight. I remember my Earthbound lore. Definitely. Boom, boom, boom. See, we're back in Summers. If I come over here, there's the drugstore. You can see we just made a big old lap. Boom. This should one-shot, but yeah, nope. Not quite enough RNG today. Boom, boom. Now we've got the key to the cabin. Go get our last party member. There's Evil Line Pokey. Lucas, let's be friends again. Promise to be good, okay? Ah, I lied. All right. Every time with this. That's fine. Now I do need to go shopping for some heavier ammunition for our next fight. A button, there we go. Get the fanfare and everything. There we go. Now we've got Cora in the party. We're all together now, just as the developers intended. Pokey, Cora, and Banan in 3D. They're definitely the four children that the Apple of Enlightenment prophesied would save the world. This is also where the ATM card issue I was talking about earlier comes into play, because I need cash. I need more monies. But I don't have an ATM card. We're in luck, though. This man is a cash dispenser man. If I want to make a withdrawal, he will withdraw money for me and charge me the same amount as my withdrawal. That is 19,000. I wish I had that kind of money. which means if I withdraw $200, I get $200, he gets $200. I get access to exactly half of the money that I earn in this speed run. Here's gonna go. Okay, what did I miss? What did I miss? The death ray. I didn't saw the death ray yet. I knew I missed something. There we go. Good luck, buddy. Gonna use the last little bit of cash we have to pick up some extra skip sandwiches and then save our game. Once I get to critical hit points, I forgot I'm not at critical hit points yet. Gotta pick off a little bit more health. Probably being now that in 3D has gotten so many hit points from all of his experience that A, he got a pretty big heal just from leveling up, but also B, the I don't know what the trigger is, the HP trigger number is anymore. All right. So knock on wood, it's the last time I have to load in this 3D file. To launch us to our next boss fight. But I gotta remember to heal after I do this. Gotta heal everybody all the way up. Earlier this week I did a run where I didn't heal everybody all the way up, and it was I was there 15 minutes trying to fish for good enough RNG to get through. And technically this fight's a lot easier in this category than it is in Pajama Percent, because we have so many extra levels. Even if I get bad RNG, if I'm fully healed, it doesn't matter. If you're fully healed. If you're not fully healed, then your bad RNG will absolutely win and KO your party, and then you're eating resets. Alright, get out of bounds, and I gotta heal. Gotta heal. Got to heal. There we go. That a little bit of that finger healing in 3D. That's not a full heal. Oh, come on. Use a Cali stick. And then finally, skip sandwich. Skip sandwich. You know what? And can you slow down? Ah! You know what? I'm on enough. I know I have enough technical points to teleport later, so I'm gonna hold on to it. Now for this trip out of bounds, I'm going off of audio cues to figure out where I actually am in the world. I'm trying to find my way to the very end of the Starman base. Bump, 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 bump. Let's see if we can give this Starman DX a hug. Starman Deluxe. Defend. There we go. Give him a big hug. set off a multi-bottle rocket to celebrate our new friendship. Ouch. 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 See, had enough hit points to get off the multi-bottle rocket. Had good enough RNG. Take out the last of the hit points. There we go. Good
Does
time
this-
to- Go ahead.
Oh, I was about to ask if this counted as hugging a Starman, like was asked of you earlier.
I think so.
I forget who asked you for. I forget who asked you to do that, but it's been done. Whoever asked that. Also, just a quick reminder that the bid war for the guest character, for the two guest characters for the end of this run is still open. So, you know, make BuzzBuzz win. BuzzBuzz is in 3rd place. That means BuzzBuzz won't get in. Donate for BuzzBuzz.
Now we can make our way out. The unfortunate thing being, Korra missed all of that EXP. We're gonna have plenty of opportunity for Korra to get that EXP, but she can't miss all of the boss fights. If she doesn't level up, I skip a bunch of level up text, which does technically save time, but I do need a certain PK spell from her later in the Gygas fight. So I think she's gonna get to level 22 or 24 thereabouts. Plus, I'm not worried about it. Oh wait, it's on a character who's conscious, and a little bit more success. There we go. Need to go shopping before we go to Tenda Village. Not here to pick up the map. There's the book, Overcoming Shyness. Shopping trip first. Boom, 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 boom. Got enough for 3. I need at least one to leave. You know what? I don't have enough for a teleport beta, so I'm just gonna slow walk it out. Otherwise, what you can do in this section of the game in a speedrun is continually cast teleport. Make sure you don't actually finish casting, but you get to move at teleport speed through the water, through the swamp, rather. I feel like there was something else I picked up. Some kind of defense spray. That's not what I was thinking of, though. Well, if I'm short cash, then I'll figure it out then. Ah, satin ribbon. I just saw it. Good luck, buddy.
Good luck.
Alright, let's give our party member first. Here we go. So this is, I didn't talk about this earlier because I knew we were coming back. This is the Tenda Village. For anybody who hasn't played this game before, these cute little green Tenda are very, very helpful. They very much want to help us save the world, but they're very, very, very shy, to the point where they're just too shy to really help us. Which is why we go on this grand adventure to get the book Overcoming Shyness from the Onet library. And when the chief reads it to all of Tenda, become much less shy and able to help us out. And this is the one photo, Fuzzy Pickles, we're going to get during this category. Also, let's enter the player's name. Now, we could have put this up to the bid war, but we get so many characters here. In Trevor Contract. That is space.
Wow, you really do get a lot.
Yes. Now, in the Japanese version, in Mother 2, it lets you input. I wish I looked this up before the run. You can put in. I think it even makes you put in Romaji characters. It would look very much like this screen. And then it would try to turn it into hiragana for you, which is why it gives you so many characters, I think, compared to the other names. Here we go. And it's a separate conversation, so it's very easy to miss getting that free bag of Dragonite from the Tenda Chief. Now we are on our way. This Tenda was very powerful, he's very strong, and could lift that rock out of the way, but they were just too shy to do that earlier. And we turned off random encounters earlier, and we haven't done anything to turn them back on. That's one of my favorite little things in Earthbound. When one character takes out something to eat and somebody else eats it. And 3D took out a skip sandwich deluxe, and Korra just took it and ate it. Just so rude. Taking it out. What if I was taking it out for me? No, you just come up and take it. But no, normally there are quite a few enemies we would need to dodge out here. Probably with the power of skip sandwich deluxes, but just quiet little jog through the caves and pick up one item for the boss fight. Here's our rabbit's foot. One hit drop. Equip. Body. Yep. So the rabbit's foot, we got rabbit's foot not really for the defensive bonus. Let me make sure I got my ammo where I need it. Yep. Okay. Not really for the defensive bonus. The other stat boost that Rabbit's Foot gives you is a giant speed boost, which is going to make my multi-bottle rockets more accurate, and it's also get my tongue. Plus, going to make In3D go first. That was a nice damage roll. Nice off the Franklin badge. And nobody. That was first turn. So much like don't want to use the second multi-bottle rocket, but I bet I'm gonna have to. Nah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I better just throw it. The boss has a shield on that would reflect psychic abilities. Otherwise, I would use PK Freeze and Starstorm. And I was just hoping the boss would neutralize its own shield because it does do that sometimes. Unfortunately, no such luck today. Because the extra multi-bottle rocket would be really, really nice. We're gonna have a big wall of text here since it's Cora's first level up of the run.
So does that mean it's a good time to remind people of the bid war?
Absolutely.
So we have 1 hour left in this run, and for that matter, the marathon, give or take the glitch showcase and the outro. So, get those donations in. If we can get to 18K, which I really think we can do in this last, let's call it an hour and somewhere between an hour and a half. We will get that TTRPG. So I think we can do it. In fact, Sushi, what would you say to everyone to donate to their favorite choice of the bid war in a donation train? Maybe when the timer hits 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds, maybe everyone throws in those $1 donations?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Give them to your favorite. So let's see if we can do that at 1, and I'll come remind you. And so 1, so that's in 11 minutes to get yourselves ready for 1:11. If you donate 11, then that counts as 11 people. So $1 at 1:11:11.
So I saw one question and one comment in the chat I want to go back to. I was going to ask, how are you fighting Spectre without Ness? That's a good question, because what you're probably thinking of is for the sanctuary that's in Winters. You can get to the sanctuary when you're playing as in 3D by himself, and the game will tell you, no, you need to come back with Ness. You can't do this fight right now. But that's one of only 2 sanctuaries. The game will actually check that on. For the other sanctuaries, there's not actually a check for it. I think the other one... Is the other one Giant Step? I don't think it is. I can't remember what the other sanctuary is that it actually does a check for, but it doesn't do it for all of them. And we have to fight Electro Spectre, otherwise the game will soft lock in the Gygas fight. It's one of a couple of things you need to do in the run to get certain sprites in certain locations, or the ending will soft lock, unfortunately. And then the other thing, yes, Pokey is technically a party member. Pokey is a guest party member. Pokey is in the party. So Pokey will take damage, which means if a boss uses an HP draining ability, it will hit Pokey, who has no gear and no defense stat, and drain more hit points, which is not great. Also, Pokey is not meant to leave. Not meant to be in this part of the game, which takes us to this fun situation. You also get this in Pajama Percent. With Lucas as your main party member. So everybody is very, very tiny, because in this part of the game there are dinosaurs, so it is putting us to proper scale with those dinosaurs. That was a terrible teleport. But Pokey doesn't have a Munchkin sprite on his sprite sheet. So we just get regular size Pokey. Now I got a little bit extra anyone can do for the donation center, for the Twitch showcase here. I'm gonna move the town map over to Cora, and I make sure it's got the tractor, of course, got town map, Sea Pendant, Franklin badge. If you don't think I'm gonna double check this later, you'd be mistaken. But Everything's there. I'm gonna check it like 4 more times, but everything's there. See Pender Finger Badge. Yep, town. Yep. All right. Report 2. Darkness. More shopping. Don't sell Sea Pendant. I don't know what I was thinking, but one run I did sell the Sea Pendant, which is an absolutely vital piece of equipment you need for the Gygas fight. And I had a lot of extra cash that run, and I was very excited by that. And then I got to the Gygas fight and realized I had more or less ended the run like 30 minutes earlier by selling that. Can't really do anything about that at that point, unfortunately. We'll finish it. Really? There we go. We're getting ready for our trip to Magic Hand. And we're this Pajama Percent. I know I keep bringing up Pajama Percent, but it's the only other Earthbound speedrun I know to make any comparison on. If we were playing Pajama Percent, I'd pick up more than one multi-bottle rocket here to deal with the Krakens. I just don't have that kind of money. So I've got one multi-bottle rocket, and I need it for the big boss fight at the end of Magic Hand. So if we run into any Krakens, we're gonna have to fight out with our psychic abilities. I'm $9 short. It's gotta be something I can get rid of. $9 exactly. Look at that. Right at 0. Did I tell you this is a very low budget money route yet? Why am I waiting for hit points? I can just save. Let's go. Wait. So I'm going out of bounds, but not from here. Every run I do this live. I forget. I gotta go to the other save point. We're not quite ready to save yet. There we go. Yeah, our next stop is Magic Hand. But we're not going to get there, obviously, by finding all 8 sanctuaries. That will take a long time. But B, if you watch that cutscene that takes you to Magic Hand, it will turn enemy spawns back on, and then Magic Hand becomes a very, very, very scary place to be. We don't want to deal with any of that. So I'm actually going to come and save in this tent. Now you can see it's a very tiny little tent with not a whole lot of graphics loaded in, which is convenient for us because obviously there's limited space on a Super Nintendo cartridge, so other graphics needed to be stored with this tent. And that includes about 50% of Magic Hand. You'll see when we get there that it's not a whole lot of Magic Hand, but it's just enough for us to be able to sneak over there out of bounds. I'm just going to do a couple of things first. It's going to let us get to Magic Hand while keeping enemy encounters turned on, which is really good. That by itself is the biggest time save. But even if we did have to deal with enemies, I'm able to bring all of my party members with me. Even if Lucas were in the party, we could bring Lucas too. And Magic Hand can be really dangerous for like your first playthrough of the game. You could get stuck there for a little while if you don't know what's coming up and what the game throws at you in this section. It's very difficult, but being able to bring all your friends makes it a lot easier. Inside and back out. fix the graphics, because unfortunately, even though there's something that I'll say click on to move to the next part of the map, I can't interact with it until I fix the graphics. I have any more? Yes. Dip sandwiches. And all extra stuff for the money route. All that Dragonite we're gonna use, but the Goddess Band we're gonna sell. Whoosh. All the little walking sound effects are super cute. Squeak, 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 squeak. There actually is a special walking sound effect for this particular screen. If you're walking on that glowing green stuff on the other side of the wall, but you can't actually get there by any inbounds in-game methods. You can only get there with like a walk through walls code or something like that. But there is a special sound effect that plays there that you can't otherwise hear. No, you know what? Let's hold on to our ammo. As long as we can. Do I have any? No. Hold on to that multi-bottle rocket. No, what am I doing? It's just those freeze. Hopefully the crash will lose a turn. Nice. Nice. Nice, Franklin badge. And a hit potion. This might be taking longer than I want it to, but we're at least getting through it clean. I don't have to worry about scrambling to heal anybody. There we go. And I didn't have to throw any ammo. Which is nice, because if I run into one of these other Krakens, I'm definitely going to need to get out of fight a lot faster than that. So we might be playing a little bit of hide and seek here. Yep. You know what? I don't trust you. No trust. Stay over there. You know what? You got... Right at the last second, it got hung up on the wall. That's fine. Let's get out of this fight. That's not good. That's not good. I'm not gonna get to... Yes, I am, because... Go first. Oh. Wow. Hold on. I don't think I've even got the items to get out of this. Because I've got to pick up... Let's see if we can get out of this fight. That's gonna be a nope. No. Let's reset Magic Hand and try that one more time.
In the meantime, do we have time for a quick donation?
Absolutely.
We have $15 from our favorite little mushroom, Mikion. Someone managed to buy a Mushy Mania 2 bundle at literally the last minute. Well done. someone managed to buy a copy of the Mushy Mania 2 Starble and Mushy Mania 1 bundle at 11:59 when the bundle closed at midnight. The bundle may be gone, but you can still buy Mushy Mania 2, and it will still go to this marathon if you buy it during the event, and to the Trevor Project directly if you buy it after.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh, right in the way. Yeah, I'm just trying to think what I can do for winning a second Kraken, but I'm just gonna need to not PK flash everybody. That would be great. In fact, now that I think about it, specifically for this category, for this situation, it might be better just to... No, you can't do that because they use the same item slot. And you want in 3D to go first in the nightmare fight. I think I've had this conversation with myself before about giving Jeff in 3D the C pendant to help him out in these Kraken fights, but I don't know, I guess he could also just hot swap the equipment and just change it before the nightmare fight too. Some last time. Try to hold on to 20-second points just in case I need to res somebody. Ouch, like that. That's until I guess how to fight. Did I pick up the magic tart? I think I did. And now I'm in the fortunate predicament of I need to pick up in 3D, but I don't want to do it until I get to the boss fight because I've only got one chance. I only have enough to cast the spell once. Stay. Stay. Don't like having to use extra ammo. Alright, I'm gonna reset one more time, and if we run into an issue, we're gonna cheat. Because for the purposes of the bid war and also some of the post-game showcase, I do have access to the debug menu in my inventory. I don't want to do it because it means it's not really a valid run, but if we run into an issue again, I'm gonna hit the button. So I'm just gonna hit the please pick everybody up and heal them button, and then we'll just be on our merry way. But hopefully the third time will be the charm. I forget to sell something, didn't know, because I just don't have any ammo for this part of the run. There's nothing I can do about it. I just gotta not run into that second Kraken, or I need it to play a little bit nicer. One of the unfortunate things about all of the skipping around we do is, especially in Deep Darkness, since we go through Deep Darkness when the enemies are still enabled, I can't sneak around and pick up a bunch of items. Please move. That would get me a lot more ammunition, but also, specifically I'm thinking about the cup of life noodles that's in Deep Darkness that would let me resurrect somebody. We don't go to the Lam, which means we can't pick up the resurrection item there. We just don't have quick access to anything I can use to, as an item to pick up a downed party member. Boom, boom. It would be really nice if I could dodge this first Kraken. But you need him to spawn way off in the corner. And I've only been able to do it once. Usually it's like that. They just get a straight shot on you. I don't have anything else I can throw. I keep looking as if it's gonna change. Are you serious? Could you not? Alright. So, we're going to talk about this a little bit earlier than I wanted to, but what I've done is on this protractor, this is why it was so important I held on to it. If I use this, it brings up this debug menu. Now, you can get to this in a perfectly valid, without using a gauge code or anything like that. Clearly, I've edited the script of the game using Coil Snake to get access to this. And obviously it wasn't translated. What I'm looking for is this readme fault's gonna tell me what I'm looking for, actually. We don't usually come to this part of the menu. For this one, in 3D. And that's the heal button. Over here. There we go. There we go. I will go through some of the other ones a little bit later. But you can take off any stats effects you want. You can obviously heal everybody. Why is the menu still pink? Can I give me those characters now? Nope. Okay. But we'll get through it. We'll get through it one way or another. We'll get through it. So we'll just keep Cora topped off. We can handle it after the fight. That's not going to do anything. It's just not actually healing me, is it? Because I'm in combat? It must be because I'm in combat. Will you just go down? There we go. It must work. The menu must work differently when you're in a fight. Because it didn't actually pick anybody up. Oi. Oh no, they're still knocked out. Let's try this again. Hey! Alright, and we're gonna do one more thing. This is the goods, this menu that's going to let me manage all my inventory. We're gonna do this. $146. Let me grab a multi-bottle rocket. Just in case we run into another Kraken. Oi! Actually don't want you over there. Oh wait, hold on. Where's the other one? Oh man. Now look at what I get. It's not just actually gonna set up a pip for us. All the way there, of course. What are you gonna do? Couldn't get that the last 2 trips. All of that to fire 1 multi-bottle rocket, and we're done. Good grief. Now this wall of text is this one's a big one. I'm gonna turn on the turbo. I'm gonna stretch. This is a good time to read any donations. Talk about the charity. We got a lot of time here.
Yeah, why don't we talk a bit about the Trevor Project? Because I don't know if you know this, but the Trevor Project is a really good cause. If you aren't familiar with the Trevor Project is the world's largest suicide prevention and crisis intervention organization for LGBTQ young people. The organization works to save young lives by providing support through free and confidential suicide prevention and crisis intervention programs on platforms where young people spend their time. 24/7 Lifeline, chat, text, and soon-to-come integrations with social media platforms. They also run Trevor Space, the world's largest safe space social networking site for LGBTQ youth, and operate innovative education, research, and advocacy programs. So, when you donate to the Trevor Project, it is not hyperbolic to say that you are saving lives. It's a really important research source. I personally know people who have, I am no longer youth, but when I was youth, I personally know people who have directly needed their services, and it is a really, really good cause. They do really good work. It is really important stuff. And I really, the marathon is fun, and we have fun incentives. We have shirts that are still around for just a little longer at the Yeti. We have a game, but I think most importantly is the impact your donations will have. So make sure to make sure to get those donations in, whether that be through donating directly, by buying a shirt, or by buying the game. Any way you do it, it's going to go to some real good.
I think one of the greatest things about the Trevor project as well is that the assistance that they offer is very it's very accessible. You can contact them by phone, by web. I know there's an online chat as well as a texting service. All of which are available for you to reach out to them. And they also offer a lot of educational resources for anybody, for you to be able to what I'm thinking of in particular is for you to be able to learn how to better intervene and support those friends of yours who may very immediately need help. It teaches they can help you learn the best way to give support to a friend who may be having a very difficult time or a very difficult day, and you need to help guide them away from those thoughts. So there are resources there available for absolutely everybody. And you can find find out more about that at, I think the website's the trevorproject.org, if I remember correctly. I think either Trevor Project or the trevorproject.org will get you there.
Yep, a link is in chat.
It's very important I walked out of and then walked back into Saturn Valley. Because getting teleported to Saturn Valley doesn't let you teleport to Saturn Valley. No, you very specifically have to walk through the entrance to add it to your teleport list. And also the that cutscene that all that text I had to match through, that took so long because our friend Lucas got 200,000 EXP and he was level 1 because he hasn't been in the party. Oops. I was mashing B. Pretty much the absolute last thing I can do before I have to start getting my guest characters together is going to get this meteorite. I can go, I got a shopping trip I can do, and then I gotta get the meteorite, and then that is pretty much it. So if you want to put any last donations into the Bidwater, choose which guest characters are coming with us to the Gygus fight.
Buzz
We
Buzz.
are running up on it.
Buzz Buzz, donate for Buzz Buzz. It's not too late. Donate for Buzz Buzz. Buzz Buzz is in third place. Third place, that's one off. Come on, y'all. Buzz Buzz.
I went with an enemy. Whoa! We're gonna risk it. Yeah, so the cutscene at the end of Magic Camp will turn enemy spawns back on, as you can see. Yes. Draw. Oh, turn around. There we go. Oh, I forgot the one extra multi-bottle rocket. From the debug menu. We're just gonna carry it with us, though. Does that put us? 2 on Nan. That's about as much as I'm gonna get. On Korra, I've got at least 2 here. Then we kind of got 3 healing items. For 2 winters. Now, we are headed to Onet to go grab the piece of the meteorite, but even though I have the teleport to Onet, I'm not gonna take it. Because Onet's really scary right now. All of the aliens are there, first off. I don't want any part of that. Secondly, if I just walk through there, it's a pretty long walk because the teleport actually takes you to the hotel. It doesn't take you back to Lucas's parents' house or Lucas's house. So it's a pretty long walk. And even if I did want to walk that out and I didn't have to worry about enemy encounters, we haven't finished the prologue, which means there's still a roadblock there preventing you from accessing town that's actually going to prevent us from getting back up to that part of the map anyway. So we do have to go out of bounds to get to where we want to go. Ba-da-ba-dum.
Do you mind if I read a quick donation?
Go for it.
We have $5 from Neen. There's two emoji here. I'm not sure what they are, but I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be buzzing. So I'm pretty sure this went to Buzz Buzz. It's not enough to. Thank you, Neen. But thank you, Neen. With this push, with a little more, I think we can get Buzz Buzz into second. They're bees. They're bees. Okay. I'm very tired, and the emoji set this page uses is kind of weird. But they are bees. They're buzzing. We're getting Buzz Buzz. We're getting there. We're getting there. Come on. Come on. If everyone just puts up their hands and believes in Buzz Buzz and donates like $1, we can have a Buzz Buzz.
Open the menu. The map, rather. Missed my stop by a little. Oh no! No, it's okay. So even though there are enemies here, since I'm on the stairs, they can't hit me. So I'm clearly on a flight of stairs. I want to very carefully go back to Saturn Valley. Done my shopping, we checked the inventory. Protractor. Franklin badge, C pendant equipped. That's what equipped. Bottle rockets. That's as good as it's gonna get. So we are gonna have to close the bid war. Kinda now, maybe a couple more minutes as I figure out how I'm gonna pick everybody up.
All right, you heard it here. This is your absolute last chance to Buzz Buzz.
Yep, I'll get through this these text boxes. But if I actually make this jump, I won't be able to go get everybody, or at least not as easily. In fact, if I do it that way, it might. If I make this jump first and then get everybody, they might soft lock the ending. So let's not do that. Oops.
I just got there. Some Tony / Buzz Buzz and Alliance just donated $40 with the comment "Let's go," but the $5 went to Tony, $35 went to Dungeon Man. So none of that went to Buzz Buzz.
Oh no. So we're gonna stand now.
That doesn't even put. That doesn't put. If you're wondering, that does not put Dungeon Man in second. Thank you, Tony. Buzz Buzz Alliance. His donation is still really appreciated.
All right. Do we want to call it there? Because I can go start getting everybody now.
Yeah. All right. I think we have to close the bid war now. That leaves Tony and Bubble Monkey
All
in the
right. Now, I know. Let me double save. Did hit the button, right? I've definitely hit the button. I know I used the debug menu already, and it may come down to me having to use the menu again to grab Tony, but I'm going to run out of bounds one more time and see if we can get Tony into the... Actually, you know what? Now I think about it, this is gonna get me... Well, let's just see what happens. And then if I need to use the debug menu, we'll use the debug menu. But I've got to think it's not gonna do what I want it to do, even if it doesn't crash. Well, let's see what happens if we go back to try to recruit Tony. Oh, I didn't get didn't get the skip anyway, unfortunately. And it's not worth showing it off. I can show off in the glitch showcase later. But unfortunately, what's just going to happen is we'll go back to Snowwood. We'll hop out of bed, and when we trigger the cutscene, Tony's going to walk from wherever he's standing right now to the bedroom to have a conversation, and that's about a 5-minute walk. So unfortunately, we can't get him that way. We'll have to use the debug menu here. Now, party management is... No, it's... Oh, it's just goofing around with it, and I can't remember which button it is. That's teleport. Oh, it's the first one. I don't know why. I'm just gonna remove people. I know someone was asking earlier, like, what the words all mean. I'm pretty sure this is all Japanese, and it would be Romanji, but it was truncated. It took basically took all the vowels out, every other letter out. Go ahead.
Okay, apparently I have gotten a $1 donation from the Tony Buzz Alliance. It was apparently a mistake. Is it too late to Buzz, or?
No, in fact.
All right. We will, if that was a mistake, we will reallocate that, and Buzz is... Buzz is back in. I will fix that donation because it was a mistake.
I thought it was kind of...
I thought it might have been a mistake. I thought it might have been a mistake, but it was really funny. And I have to, we have to go by what the donor actually meant. Thank you, Tony Buzz Alliance.
You want to talk about last minute? I was just about to remove Pokey from the party, which would mean I couldn't go get Buzz. Now I could hit reset, but technically speaking, without hitting reset, it wouldn't have been possible anymore. So actually ahead. I have to go do a little bit of extra backtracking now. In fact, do I have to go back in bounds? Oh, the aliens are still there. Oh, we've made this quite interesting. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Fun.
What an absolute adventure.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit of an adventure because technically speaking, Buzz isn't a party member. I can't add Buzz through the debug menu, at least through the party menu. I'd have to think through the readme I've got here. I might be able to do it through a different menu. but a Buzz is not technically a party member and can't be added. So I have to actually go find Picky. We're gonna have some fun. Oh. It's fine, that's fine. Ooh. Just no encounters. Oh. I got a back attack out of that? Okay. So, if you get a back attack, it is a 100% chance you'll be able to escape battle. That was slick. I'll take that. Let's see if we can despawn any of that. No, it's not. Let's at least get around it. Don't actually teleport, though. Whoa! Nope. I was trying to get into the menu. These are extra multi-bottle rocket here, shall we? Menu. This A button's starting to stick. It's not good for me. Oh, Pokey! Oh, no! I can't believe that just happened. Oh, I think the Octo Robots blow up. So we don't want to hit those first. That was oh. I don't like that. That was mean. I need some my healing item. You know what? I think we'll be good without it. Oh, I thought those blew up. Okay. Oh, so we'll get to talk about, this is a fun cutscene, when Lucas isn't here. So, the script here, if I've got it right, is Buzz is going to descend and then fly over Lucas's head and, fly there, hover there to talk. Lucas isn't here. So let's see where Buzz goes. Yep, Buzz just floats off. Buzz buzzes away, looking for Lucas. And then, when Buzz joins the party, Buzz is programmed fly around Lucas's head. Everybody else is programmed right now to look at Buzz until Buzz gets where they're going. which means everybody's trying to look to the east where Buzz Buzz is, and also look in the direction I'm moving them, resulting in this spinning motion. We're done here. Let me get somewhere safe. Buzz Buzz is in the party. I can't guarantee Buzz Buzz's sprite's always going to show up, but Buzz Buzz will be joining our combat party. And who was in second? I'm sorry, I've forgotten who's in second now.
It is Tony.
Okay, that's right.
Technically, Tony's in first, but
oh yes, yeah.
But it doesn't really matter, does it?
No. So right now I need to use the debug menu. We're gonna use the debug menu to boot out Pokey and Picky, because if I go, I could sneak around to their house to get them out of the party, but I don't know how that will be if I'd have to get out of there with Buzz Buzz not getting smacked, and that's a little tricky anyway. So we'll just use the party editing menu. Fourth party member is Pokey, now the fourth party member is Picky. That clears up that clears up the party spot for our good friend Tony. See, and now we got everybody. Oh, just and Tony just as the developers intended. And yes, save. So who was it that got when we changed the donation over, who was it that actually didn't make it? Was it Bubble Monkey, who's standing right here?
Bubble Monkey got third place. Dungeon Man would have been in fourth place if that donation was real, but
okay.
Dungeon Man did not actually get any donations.
Here's what we can do, because I love personally, my personal favorite is Bubble Monkey. Buzz Buzz, as I said earlier, Buzz Buzz is not a guest character. Buzz Buzz is kind of on an on-off switch, like the enemy spawns. So I've actually got an open party spot for our good friend Bubble Monkey here. And what I can do is I can honor both halves of that donation. Both what was intended and what actually got entered. Let me buy back a Bubble Monkey, can have the monkey for free. You know, it's a buck. Monkey's yours. Give me some gum. Bubble Monkey joins you, and now we've got everybody. Grand party now. Let me save. Because watch just crash as soon as I leave the room. Yeah, we're good. To Saturn Valley we go. And again, Buzz Buzz's sprite's going to show up and just go away. They're gonna be here and not be here, depending on what screen we're on. And in fact, you know what I might do is, oh yeah, they're there, see? So the party system in Earthbound is it has room for 4 party members, which are your 4 main characters, plus 2 guest characters, but though you can't actually swap them from one type to another, if that makes sense. Like if I have Pokey and Picky with me, I can't add a 3rd character even if the only other party member was Lucas. Even though that would be less characters, technically my guest party would be full with just Pokey and Picky. Buzz Buzz doesn't count. They're more like a status effect, I guess, if you want to try and quantify them in some way as far as the battle script is concerned. Or at least as far as the party makeup is concerned. Dungeon Man can also go with you to Gaius. Unfortunately for Dungeon Man, the section where you add Dungeon Man to the party, you can't teleport from there. So I haven't actually found a valid way to bring Dungeon Man along without using the debug menu. But I wish I could, because I do that all the time. So Dungeon Man 2, it's just this big, goofy looking sprite following you around. It's pretty fantastic. Communicate. You know what? I didn't go shopping after an extra adventure. We're gonna pretend I did and add I know I'm one multi-model rocket short. I sure am. And it's 146. I think I'd even have the cash for it. And I remembered. That's a save. Reset one more trip out of bounds. And that's just gonna let us go right to the cave and avoid all of these encounters for free. Can't do too much about the sprite lag. Oops. See pendant from the badge protractor. Town map. That's what's on. See pendant's good. We're good. Nothing else to do. Bubble Monkey's the only one reacting to what's going on. I'm not surprised at all, Pokey. Every time they play this game, you're here. Yeah, I don't know who this is in the background. See, I was just about to say, strategy is pretty simple. We need core to get his shield up. But we don't need that today, do we? No, we don't. No, we sure don't. And why is that, I wonder? It's fine. We got good RNG, so nobody's gonna go down. Only Bubble Monkey. Buzz. There's RPK shield. An extra round of damage out. What a lousy damage roll on that multi-bottle rocket. Goodness. That's not great. Okay, we got this like stuff. Pour up. I was stuck between pick this up and pick her up. We have this like pick core up. Oh. I got through the first phase of the fight, which is the serious part. I feel a lot better now I got through that. We still have Banana up, which means we've got, I think, 4 casts of our 1 revive spell. As long as Banana doesn't get one shot by something. Nice! First try. Dragonite out. Oops. Let's try that again. Dragonite out. Nope, our healing item got eaten. Fend. I'm gonna throw 1 healing spell on Tora. Or try to. Yes! Got our healing spell out. And from this point forward, now that I have Cora at nice high hit point count, I kind of need all my other party members to get knocked out anyway, because right now I'm just wasting frames by using their turns. Banana's going to give me a little bit of extra damage, but not really enough to warrant all the extra text. And the guest characters also contribute to the extra text. Especially Buzzbuz's going to throw a shield on a bunch of extra people each turn. But right now, the only character who can really finish the fight anyway is Cora. I actually got everything right where I want it to right now. As I get Dragonite out. As I said, this is you really do come to the end of this category with absolutely no extra DPS items on hand. We're going to be throwing out quite a few PK freezes here to get through the second phase. And that's what the magic pudding is, not the magic pudding, the magic card is for too. Just in case my damage rolls are really that low. That will help. That's not going to help. Reflecting Lightning is going to help. There we go. So this is true for the second phase also, but I wanted to get through it first. The reason why I was keeping such a close eye in the inventory is I need Core to have a couple of different specific items specifically for the Gygas fight. It's going to make her very difficult to knock out. Gygas has 3 attacks in this part of the game, in this part of the fight, I should say. One of which is a lightning attack. So I make sure I have the Franklin badge equipped in order to reflect, what am I doing? I want to reflect all the lightning attacks, so those won't actually ever hit Cora. Another ability Gygas has is PK Flash, which has a chance to just one shot, just take a character out, one hit KO. Like I wish I could think of a name of one of the moves, but like one of the one hit KO abilities in Pokemon. If you from our perspective, if you get bad luck, the spell will just knock the character out, drop them immediately to 0. No, you don't even get rolling hit points; they're just out. But the Sea Pendant will 100% block PK Flash. So I don't have to worry about that. And the third ability, I don't know how it's defined, but it's a little bit of damage, and I may or may not lose a turn. And if I lose enough turns in a row, I'll eventually run out of hit points. But I need to lose like 10, 11, 12 turns before I get 9 at this point, or at this point 8 now. So we should be good. We're already through one cutscene I'm worried about. If there are certain things you need to do in any playthrough of Earthbound. Otherwise, that first cutscene here in the Gygas fights in Saturn Valley will just soft lock. And one of those things is you need to clear the Electrospectre fight and get the Lumen Hall Sanctuary, and that's really to unlock the sequence of events where you, as it work, where you, I forget how it all comes together, but you need to do that. You need to do the Starman DX fight. And that's all to get everybody in position in Saturn Valley for you to take the Figs Distorter and go back. Because if you take a slightly different route through the prologue, you could actually skip right to the Gygas fight right away, and you could win the fight. You could beat the Gygas fight right away. But if you go straight to the Gygas fight without doing those other things, the characters who need to be in Saturn Valley aren't there, so you're waiting for them to walk from basically like 0-0 on the map all the way to Saturn Valley. And the game will either just freeze trying, or you're going to be staring at the screen for 5, 10, 15 minutes. Despite the fact Tony's here with us, and now that I think about it, it seems like Tony and BuzzBuzz are both here with us. Tony and BuzzBuzz are also in this cutscene, wishing and praying for our success. I got my shirt order in just in time. Just then, I knew they were ending soon.
Is that what you were doing?
I was like, wait a minute, my run's not going to be done before. So I'm glad I saw 3 minutes left in chat.
Oh yeah,
I was like, oh wait,
it's officially it's too late to get shirts, but there's literally a warning on the top of their site that due to a recent high volume of orders, shipping and processing times might be slightly delayed. So y'all bought those shirts. Y'all bought those shirts, let me tell you.
Not. Wait. I have lost count, haven't I? I have lost count. I'm off by 2. I'm off by 3. I was so busy trying to rush to get that t-shirt I lost count. So this one's feels a little strange in this particular category. This is Lucas's mom and sister. And Lucas's dog Bradley. And they all know something's wrong. But they may not know exactly they may not have the right story here. Lucas really is missing. And if it hasn't already, I am sure the teacher rate in the video quality are taking a nosedive now. This is a really, it's really hard to get a clean finishing of this part due to the background.
I do love seeing your party members doing 1 damage.
Yeah, they're still there. They're still fighting. I don't think I've got a clip of it, but I bet I could. How much I could think through. Actually, there was one run where Bubble Monkey did the last point of damage to the second phase of the guy's fight to actually finish the damage for the run. That's time. There we go. And now there is a glitch showcase for after the run, but I have to get through this little outro here. I got some text I've got to mash through. While we wait, let's see if I can get this set up. There we go. So as I said, and we'll get to more specific stuff for this category in a minute, but I picked up this the first category I picked up for Earthbound speeding was Pajama Percent, and one of the glitches you can trick at the end of a Pajama Percent run is, you see I've got Pajama Nest here outside of the cycle shop. Now, Pajama Nest is not meant to leave, he's not really meant to leave far beyond his front yard, basically. So if you take Pajama Nest to other places, strange things happen. Take him to the underworld, he's dinosaur size like Pokey was. If you hop on the bicycle, though, really weird stuff happens. Let's see what happens when we hop on the bicycle. So what it's trying to do is it's trying to find a sprite of Pajama Nest riding a bicycle, and there just isn't anything there. So whatever data it grabbed, it's not putting it in quite the right order. But we're on the bike. If I had the audio turned on for speed, I could ring the bell and everything. And due to the way the Pajama Percent works, you can actually head back, go back to Windows and get yourself the juice and grab the bike if you don't have it already. But in a second here, you can see we're still in the cutscene here. But if we were on a Nestless playthrough and wanted to see what happens if you get the bicycle. Other characters can use the bicycle as well. Now, getting on the bicycle, that's a bit of a different story. Because if you go with any party member other than Ness by themselves, the bike attendant won't actually give you the bike. They just assume that since somebody else is in the party, you have too many people. So getting the bike on there, that's a bit of a different story. But if you manage to do it, what happens is absolutely nothing. You don't get a funny sprite or anything, because the only character that can ride a bike is Ness. Nobody else in your party evidently knows how to ride a bike. You don't get the music. You don't get the music when you get absolutely nothing. It just exits the text box. Without crashing, thankfully, because a lot of things almost is going to crash. But those are just 2 quick things I could show off while we were waiting for our our captive spirits to return back to the present. Now that I think about it, this is really exciting because I haven't showed off what I'm about to show off with anybody other than Pokey and Picky in the party. So I really don't know what's gonna happen. I haven't a clue what's gonna happen here. But normally at the end of the game, Cora will walk up to Luke and say, "Hey, can you walk me home?" And you don't have to. I didn't know for the longest time you could just go home and roll the credits. But typically you'd walk Cora back home. Cora would leave the party and go home, and then you would go back to your parents' house and roll the credits. But Lucas isn't here. We're just going to have Cora, and Cora's the only real party member. You have to remember, everybody else is a guest party member. They're not going to have stats on the screen. I can't control them. They're technically not part of the party. Which means I can't ride the bike, but I could use the bike because the game assumes I have a party of 1 right now. Since we did a speed run, I haven't cleared Greed or Net. Otherwise, I could walk back. So we're just gonna pretend like I did that, spent all the extra time to do that, and walked all the way back to Tucson. Because again, if you route it out properly, you can do all this without having to cheat. But I'm gonna have to cheat a little bit here. Result to Tucson. So let's see what happens if Tony and Bubble Monkey walk Cora back home instead. Because again, 1 party member. I got nobody left. If she were to leave the party for any reason. I got Tony, I've got Bubble Monkey, and I've got Buzz Buzz. Normally I do this with Pokey and Picky and no Buzz Buzz. Let's see. Because thank you for escorting me home. I wanted to tell you, but I've forgotten it. I'm sure I'll remember by the time we see you again. Goodbye. See you. So long. Bye. And game didn't crash. The game didn't crash. Look at that. So now I've got Tony, I've got Bubble Monkey, I've got Buzz Buzz, and I have no party members. If I were to open the inventory menu, the game would immediately crash. I don't want it to do that yet. So the other thing I've done, because you remember now, I got the debug menu on that protractor, right? And I was like, well, now I have no inventory. How am I going to get to it? I want to go back to Onet. I've got it on this Berglund Park sign too. Let's go back to Onet. Now, if I had Pokey and Picky here, I could walk Pokey and Picky home because, again, by the canon of that particular playthrough, Pokey and Picky are the heroes that save the day, and they're walking to their home. I can't walk Pokey and Picky home, and in fact, I'm pretty sure if I do that, the game will just kind of soft lock. It's not going to be, well, let's see what happens. Because I could just walk home, and it would run the credits. And I actually tried this earlier with just Pokey and Picky, and the credits will just run as normal. So that's not going to be fun either. So let's see if we get soft locked, or if we get a big, hard game crash. I have no idea what'll happen. The game may just work as normal. It may not even let me do this. I don't know. It may soft lock. You can also see there's Mr. Pretty Man and Mrs. Minch and Mickey Pokey's dad. Everybody's here. And it is gonna soft lock. It's waiting for Pokey and Picky to walk back. Darn. So unfortunately, they're just going to be staring at the screen for a little bit here. What does normally happen if Pokey and Picky are in the party, the game is trying to figure out how to have them in your guest party and also moving at the same time, and the game doesn't know what to do, and it will just explode into a pretty flash of colors and then fade to black. And you might get some sound effects, like some bacon sizzling in the background sometimes. What it's actually doing is, wherever Pokey and Picky are in the universe, they're making their way up here for this cutscene. Oh, and having Tony and Bubble Monkey do change that a little bit. Give me a second here. I bet I have a save file I can do this one. Let me see. Let me see. I do. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. So we actually show off two things here while we wait to see if they show up. So now I've got Paula. Hey! Hold up, wait. Yeah, so he's going to go walk next to Ness, who's also not here. As I was saying, I've got Cora all by herself. We're in the same situation we just are now. We just finished the Nestless run, but I have no guest characters, and Cora's just walking themselves home. This is Mios. This must be from my, when I ran this at NekoCon a while ago now. And the game just hard locks. Now it just hard locked on me. What it actually did a second ago was it did something different. Actually, it's got two different results out of this. Let me see what happens this time. There we go. Yeah, the game will it'll give you a game over because you have no living party members, of course. You say, yes, I want to continue. And the game has no idea what to do because you have no party members. You have no reset point. It has nothing. It has nowhere to put you. It can't do anything with you. So that just fades to white. And if I were to say add Picky and Pokey in. Oops, hold on, I've added the wrong person. Party member 2. Yeah, the UI there is not going to fix itself. The game doesn't like you when you use the debug menu to change your party lineup. In fact, I'm going to change areas, and it's still going to be there, but don't fret about it too much. So, back to our net. If you were to walk Pokey and Picky back home, I didn't go Picky yet. May not actually do this. I may need to go. Yeah, I gotta go run and find Picky real quick. In fact, I might need to take Picky out of the party. No, I think we'll be okay. And then over here, we've finally gotten through this cutscene. Wherever Ness is off screen, we finally found him. I'm sorry, Lucas. And then Mrs. Minch is gonna go over and find Lucas too. So we're still waiting a little bit over there. Now let's go grab Picky real quick. Continue our path, go find our second Picky. Yep, and one Picky just disappears. We gotta get through this cutscene. Oops. So now I got 2 in both games are in a cutscene now. Yes. Wisdom, courage, and friendship. Trevor's wisdom, courage, and power, I think, right? again, everybody's trying to look at Buzz and look in the direction they're moving on the same frame. So they're gonna be a little jittery. We make our way back. Still gotta fight the Starman Jr. I don't have the protractor on me on this save file, so I can't teleport through it. Wow, 31. Okay. That's fine. I'm only level 30 something. Alright, while we finish off this fight. Yep, couple of boxes of text here. And then Buzz is now going to go fly off towards Mrs. Minch. Got there. I think it's a dung beetle. Smash your guts out. Now, normally this would you'd walk over to Buzz, right? Buzz isn't here. Buzz has to fall down. I'll say about a quarter screen to my right. So he's very slowly crawling their way back. We get through that. I didn't realize I didn't get picky on this file. But we're getting to see a little bit more of how the game would end normally anyway. Oh gosh, and now both games have no audio. Good. Good radio. Yes. Come on, Buzz. Let me walk back home. Here we go. And we're gonna see how the scene would, air quotes, supposed to play out. They're gonna walk off. Oh, and it didn't crash. You know what? Game? They just do something different every time I do this. That's why I said I really wasn't sure what was going to happen when we bring Tony and everybody along, because usually the game will just crash on me there when it's pokey and picky. But it didn't do it. It didn't take Paul out of the party. Well, I'm not doing all of that again, unfortunately. But sometimes the game will crash there, even if you have a party member. This time it decided not to do that. And Buzz may not be showing up anytime soon, so we didn't get to explode the screen in colors today, unfortunately. We did just get to slow play through some of the prologue. And show off a couple of different glitches and what happens if you get items on unintended characters. But other than waiting for Buzz to come back, that was all I had to show off. So thank you very much for inviting me to run Not Just This But Chicory earlier today as well. And thank you everybody for donating so much, not just to the Bid Wars for my games, but for all the incentives and the runs throughout the entire weekend. And all that money is going to the Trevor Project. It is a fantastic cause. I'm sure there'll be a link in chat in just a moment, but you can find out more about the Trevor Project at thetrevorproject.org. And I know we raised more money this event than we have in previous events, but I'm going to pass it off to someone who's on staff who is really staff's moment to shine as well for organizing the event, getting everybody together, getting the schedule together. There's a lot of hard work that goes into putting on the event and giving everybody a chance to donate to a fantastic cause of doing using video games to have a positive influence on the world. So thank you to everybody on staff as well.
So thank you, Sushi, for bringing us out with this amazing Earthbound run and this absolute delightful chaos of a glitch showcase. Wow, am I glad we got to see that, eh? Yeah, in just a moment, very, very shortly, like now even, I think people are coming in. Yeah, why? So yeah, I think now we are moving into our finale. So we're just gonna talk for a little bit. It's very late. We normally have more of us here for the finale, but a lot of staff and team are asleep.
Yeah, that's understandable.
So
Wait, y'all get like 5 total?
yeah, this
Normally
won't be
we're
as
at
much
like
of a yelling
10,
mess of
15.
chaos.
That just
Uh,
means we all get to go to bed soon.
yeah, I do want to give some shout outs real quick. Besides our shout out to Sushi, who thank you very much. I'm going to drag you out of the call now, but thank you so much for that amazing, amazing
Thank you for
run. It
having
was a
me.
joy to watch, and it was a joy to have you for both this and for Chicory.